Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In this video, we're going to break down exactly how we can take a remote accounting business and 10x its revenue in just 12 months. Today we have Sister Afia from Coventry, who runs an accounting practice but is looking to scale beyond small ticket services. We'll go through her challenges, figure out what's holding her back, and carve out a practical, step-by-step strategy to unlock her business's full potential, inshallah. Afia's goal is not just financial growth. She also wants to support a madrasa in Bangladesh. Right now, she earns around 25,000 a year from the business, which she runs on her side of her main full-time role as an sort of CFO contractor. But to reach her ambitious goals, she needs to attract larger, higher value clients. So let's get into exactly how we're going to make that happen.
So I provide accountancy services, tax, just the general bookkeeping, payroll, VAT. But I also want to offer more to businesses such as like CFO, so fractional CFO services where I can give people that support in growing their business, and also virtual finance office. So we can work externally with businesses as if we're their finance function and provide them everything from A to Z. So they do not need to do any finance work, and I can help businesses grow that way.
There are probably more than 10,000 accounting practices in
Yeah.
the UK. So what's different about what you're offering?
I mean, to be honest, that's the thing. I need to differ myself, don't I? So
Yeah.
yeah,
So essentially, the game you don't want to play is being yet another small fish in a massive ocean.
that's
We
it.
call it a red ocean because there's so
Yeah,
many fish there. You're all eating each other as well.
yeah,
You want to be swimming in a blue ocean, meaning there's literally what you do, there's no
yeah.
competition for it because it's so unique and so valuable. The first one, I'm not sure if you have had a chance. I know you joined us recently, mashallah. Actually, before I dive into all of this, I just wanted to take a moment to congratulate you
Oh,
for,
thank you.
raising three children with the extra challenge that came with it. So, mashallah, that's a massive pat on the back for that. And inshallah, may Allah preserve them and keep them happy and healthy. If you can do that, you can do anything. You need is a bit of clarity and direction.
Yeah,
So you're
that's it.
focusing on the right things. And inshallah, that's what I'm hoping to be able to offer today,
Inshallah.
inshallah, with Allah's help. This is a very common mistake a lot of entrepreneurs make, which is to just do the same as everyone else. The world doesn't need any more accountants. There are too many of those already. Plenty, there's enough of them. The question for an accountant who wants to have a successful business is, what kind of speciality can I enter? What kind of niche? What kind of expertise can I develop that is currently missing? How can I use my skill set knowledge to solve a problem? And that's exactly the process that I tried to take Sister Afia on. And that eventually led to really identifying a very, very interesting, a very, very clear niche and specialism that kind of ticked a lot of the boxes. She's already doing this kind of work, so she has the know-how, she has the credibility, she has the past case studies, she has the expertise. And on the other side, it's a niche that she cares about and that she can make a contribution towards. What's your specialty? What are you really, really, really good at?
So my biggest specialty is preparing the final statutory accounts for the bigger businesses, and under any kind of standards, so international standards, the UK standards, whether the US GAAP standards. So I've been doing that for many, many years. So a lot of the big companies, and also working not as an auditor, but doing all the audits for those companies, like big companies like Jaguar Land Rover, Halfa. So I'm working with the auditors and just getting all the samples over and making sure that the business is not in any trouble.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
making
Okay.
sure that the financial statements have been signed off correctly and legally.
What kind of title would that be in a company? Is there a specific title for that role?
So a lot of it is more like senior financial accountant or senior finance manager. So yeah. And another thing I'm quite good at is working with businesses and kind of helping with financial growth, looking at the systems and processes within their finance department and helping them automate or improve their processes so that their financial statements have less like errors, less mistakes in them.
So now we need to zone in what exactly is the new high value, highly priced service that you're going to be offering. What is that going to be? Is it offering yourself as a fractional CFO? Is it setting up an outsourced finance service? Is it just going in and doing, setting up financial systems for businesses? We need to figure out which of the three makes
Mhm.
most sense for you and which of the three does the market want the most.
So I was thinking maybe like a virtual finance office where we provide everything to a client as if we're working with their business and we're helping them grow. So we're part of that client's finance function. And if they ever need a CFO, I can obviously hire a fractional CFO. So they'll still get that as well included. Or just instead of
Have
me just being the
you
fractional
have you
CFO for every
spoken
business.
about this to any potential clients or businesses?
To be honest, I'm struggling to attract those size businesses. That's what I'm looking for. Like, how do I attract them?
Okay.
That's my biggest problem is the leads.
Yeah,
I
we'll
don't know
we'll
where to
get
get
to
them.
that. We'll get to that in a minute
Yeah,
because
but I haven't
it's
spoken to
difficult to
anyone.
attract a client when you're not even sure what you're offering in the first place.
Yeah, true.
So what we want to do is zone in on what the
Yeah,
service is going to be and make it as amazing as possible. Then
okay.
and it's not, the beauty is this is B2B. So we could
Yeah,
just sit there and make a list of 100 businesses that you would want to work with. And then we can figure out ways of getting in touch
inshallah.
and having those conversations, having a small step where they can taste what it's like to work with you, and then
Yeah,
eventually convert them into retainers. And that's
yeah,
essentially what we need to figure out is
yeah,
what is the one thing that we're going to do so well that can get us to the 20, 30, 40, 50K a month. Because it has to be one thing and you have to
yeah,
be able to do really, really well. Otherwise, you will never you'll never grow and you'll never scale. We definitely would like a niche because it makes things easy.
yeah.
For example, your niche
Mm-hmm.
could be Muslim businesses
Yeah,
because you will understand their needs better. You will be
yeah,
able, they won't have to explain to you why they don't want the interest from X, Y, and Z account. You just get it straight away. You can even help them calculate their business zakat and all of these things that
yeah,
Muslim entrepreneurs have to be aware of that a normal entrepreneur doesn't need to worry about.
yeah. I
You
think
could basically,
Muslim businesses where Alif Accountants is more like attracting. I
yeah, of
only
course,
have like
yeah.
Muslims.
So once we identified the niche and the specialism, then we were able to start thinking about the pricing. And we did that in a way that makes sense for her, but also the clients. Let's assume this is the service that you're going to
Yeah.
provide a full virtual outsourced finance function to
Mm-hmm.
Muslim businesses doing at least £1 million a year.
Okay. Yes,
What
that's
could
good.
you charge for that every month?
Um, if it's at least if they were doing at least 1 million, I mean, I'm sure definitely I could charge at least the £4,000 to £5,000 a month. Definitely,
Could
probably.
we hire someone full time for that money?
£1 million turnover, no, because you're gonna have expenses. So after the expenses, it will reduce, and people wouldn't want to spend 60, 70, 80K on a full CFO. So they'd rather probably just spend, 4 grand or
Mm.
something and still
Yep.
pay less, but still get that full service they need.
So let's say,
Exactly.
argument's sake, you're charging 4,000 a month.
Yeah.
How many clients could you handle right now?
Myself,
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely probably take on. I could definitely take on probably 5 businesses myself, to be honest.
Yeah,
Probably no more than that because they're going to be large businesses. So if I took on another 5, I will be able to afford to hire somebody.
yeah, yeah.
And inshallah, like that, hire, 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 and then give my ones away, and inshallah have profit from it.
So basically, on your own,
I could make
you
20
can handle
grand.
five, and that basically gets you to 20K a month,
Yeah,
which
inshallah.
would be a 10x from where you are right now, with
Inshallah, yeah.
probably similar amounts of work.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
similar. Yeah.
so that's the goal, basically. I would say that's the goal for the next 12 months.
Yeah.
Then after that, we discuss the sales and marketing element. How do you approach these businesses? Firstly, well, how do you find them? How do you approach them? What can you offer and how do you convert them?
Yeah.
So we need to make a list of, and I would start from businesses, Muslim businesses that are doing between 1 and 10 million pounds a year in the UK, and they can be anywhere in the UK, right? Because you don't have to sit in their
Yeah,
office, and it's all virtual.
that's it.
So the first thing I would do is make a list of the what those businesses are. What
Okay.
are the businesses owned by Muslims that are doing between 1 and 10 million, maybe even more?
I can just check on company's house.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And then we need to basically discuss how will we reach out to them, number one.
Hmm.
Number two, how will we get them to have a conversation with us? Because we need to be able to sit at the table with them or on a Zoom call to be able to explain all of the wonderful benefits of working with you and how their life will completely change. Life and business will completely change once they're
Yeah,
working with you.
that's it.
And I've got certain ideas. Like, for example, you could start offering a completely free financial health check or a financial audit,
Yeah.
and say, look, I only do 5 of these a month, and I've chosen your business as a potential candidate. I'm just brainstorming
Yeah.
different
No,
ways
which
of.
is actually good because I actually
I'm
have a
willing to
PDF of
not.
free financial health check, which I
Yeah.
just sometimes I say on my social media so people request it, but I don't actually
Request.
do it for them. But I think it's good I should do it for them as
Yeah,
sample.
I
Yeah.
mean, imagine you mentioned, imagine we're having financial issues, meaning like our finances are all over the place. And then I
Yeah.
see your message or your piece of content that, look, Muslim CEOs, I know your finances are a mess.
Yeah.
And I just want to show you how easy it is to tidy everything up, and I want to remove that burden from you completely. I'm going to give 5 CEOs this month an opportunity to have a complete financial review and health
Yeah.
check. It usually costs £5,000, but I'm willing to do it for free for 5 businesses this month. And then obviously, guess what? When you to do that health check, you're gonna have to have many conversations with them. You might even have to visit their offices or whatever.
Yeah. And they'll get
And
used to me then.
they'll get used to you, but most importantly, you'll be able to present to them all of the things that are wrong with their with
That's
their
it.
business.
Yeah. Tell them all the
and
problems.
and then be like, look, these problems are costing you £15,000 a month.
Yeah.
Take me on, 4 grand a month, and everything will go away. Done.
Yeah. That's it.
That's the sale
Inshallah.
done.
That sounds good.
And
Wow.
it's actually that easy because once you pinpoint that they have a problem and you show it to them and you show them how much it's costing them. We know that we've lost thousands of pounds because of financial miscalculations or not knowing how much cash flow we were having, how much cash in the bank, and all of it got messy. As
Yeah.
entrepreneurs, we just want to grow, 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 grow,
And you
grow.
forget about the money, and then the next one you got the tax man after you taxing it all anyway, and you're
Exactly.
like, "Where's all my money gone?"
The money
You
gone.
know?
So this is a very real problem, and you have a real
Yeah.
solution. The look, I'm just gonna come in. You don't have to pay me my 10 grand a month that I usually charge. We
Yeah.
have a service. The service is only 4K a month. We will do all of these things, and you're gonna start saving tens of thousands of pounds, maybe hundreds of thousands of pounds over the year. It's a no-brainer. Then after that, we basically clarified the game plan. Okay, and the game plan was number one, to slowly let go of all of the small clients paying very little, taking up all of her time, and starting to focus on getting the first 5 new clients for the new service and the new specialism. Then I asked her what she thinks is possible over the next 12 months. Now, assuming that you have nailed down the service, you've got a nice website that speaks to the businesses, we've got a list of the businesses, we know exactly how we're going to reach out to them and what we're going to say. How likely do you think that you could get 5 clients at 4K a month in the next 12 months?
Oh no, definitely. I'm quite 90%. I'll probably get all of, well, inshallah, all of them,
Mm.
because they're gonna experience the whole thing. And
Exactly.
when they can sleep better, and they know exactly what their business looks like. It's like if you want to know what your banking looks like, you just click the app and you go and you know what your balance is, right? But in the actual accounting world, people don't know what's going on. So if I can get that sorted, especially I use an accounting app as well, so people can log into the app and their
Yeah.
date is sorted for them. You can just go to sleep. Before you go to sleep, just check your last numbers and say, okay, this is what my net profit is today. At least you know. And so inshallah, I
So
want to be in that
you think
position.
it's doable for you to get 5 clients in the next 12 months in that
I
manner?
think
It's
inshallah,
pretty
definitely,
better.
yeah. Inshallah,
Okay. So,
definitely that's possible, because I've had like these big companies I've worked with, I've gone back contracting a couple of times. They always take me back. So inshallah, I have confidence I can do this for
absolutely.
Muslim businesses. And that's what I want to
And
do. I want to support
exactly. And
my
you give
within my own business
exactly,
growth.
exactly. Inshallah. So that's,
Inshallah.
just like we're trying to support Muslim business owners
Yes,
grow,
that's
you can
it.
do the same from the financial, taking care of their
Inshallah.
financial needs. So that shows, inshallah, that we can comfortably go from the 2K a month that you're on now
Yeah.
to 20K a month in 12 months. So today's
Inshallah.
session, alhamdulillah, is a comfortable 10x.
Inshallah.
And Alhamdulillah, that's how we were able, in less than an hour in our hot seat, that's how we were able to take a business doing 25K a year to almost 20K a month, as in a clear pathway that this is very achievable. From her own words, 5 clients at 4K a month each is very doable, and that is, subhanallah, a 10x. Now, if you also want an opportunity to have this kind of session with me, then join the Baraka Circle, a free community for Muslim entrepreneurs. The link is in the descriptions below, and I look forward to seeing you there. Until the next video, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.